It may have been that when you started streaming on Twitch, you got like to 2 or 3 viewers really quickly, or you got to 10 viewers really quickly. But the hard thing is keeping those viewers and getting more in. A lot of Twitch streamers, they see when they start, their trajectory kind of goes up, 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 and then just stays like this for a long time. What we're going to talk about today is how to continue to grow once you've seen a little bit of growth. And don't worry, if you haven't started streaming or you've just started streaming and you're still experiencing that growth, and you're still experiencing that growth, this still applies to you because you need to know how to maintain that. Before we get into today's video, this video is sponsored by Owned.pro. If you are a streamer and if you use OBS, you need to use Owned.pro. It makes your life so easy. Owned.pro comes with over 200 premium alerts, cam borders, overlays, transitions, whatever you might need to make your stream look awesome. If you're tired of messing around with all your alerts and like tweaking them and adding different sources and scenes, Owned.pro helps massively here. It cuts out all that nonsense and makes things really easy for you, all within a really easy to use interface. Whether you need stream labels, live chat box integration, or even copyright-free music, Own.pro has you covered. If you're interested in checking out Own.pro, please follow the link in the description. That helps directly support me and the channel, and you can start making your Twitch channel look even more awesome. Amazing looking streams do not always have to cost a fortune and be really complicated. Own.pro has you covered there. So, before we get into these tips, some of these things you may have heard before, but what I've tried to do here is give at least one unique piece of advice to go with something. So if you might think you know what I'm about to say, that may not be the case, so definitely don't skip any tips. Alright, number one, first thing you have to ask yourself as a streamer is, why are you doing this? Are you here to have fun? Are you here to entertain some people? Are you here to showcase some unbelievable skill you have at a certain game? You have to ask yourself, what are you here to do? When you know the answer to that question, it lets you dictate what type of person you're going to be on Twitch. Finding your voice early on, or finding your voice just as you're starting, is a real good way to nail your content and to really start to come into your own as a streamer. I feel like a lot of people, when they start streaming really early on, they're like super just excited about streaming and want to just do it as much as they can. And one day they're doing this type of stream and one day they're doing that type of stream, and you know, they never really have a consistent feel to their channel. If you can nail that voice or nail that, say, genre of streamer from the get-go, you can really focus on getting better at being that person. The thing is, when you start streaming, even if you are crystal clear on what you want to do, you will look back at yourself in 6 months and be like, why? It takes time. Streaming is like any other skill. You know what I mean? If I started to learn Japanese today, which I really want to learn, man, I wish I could speak Japanese. If I started learning Japanese today, on my first day learning, I do not expect to be able to write a book by the end of it in Japanese. And streaming is no different. In your first week or month or even year of streaming, you can't expect to have the answers to all the questions straight away. That's like me right now. I'm answering all my questions on Twitch as I go, and then I make a video on it because I'm still finding my voice. You're probably still finding your voice. Everyone is still finding your voice. But if you can identify what type of streamer you want to be early on, it makes it way easier to do that. But one thing you should be aware of here is that finding your voice does not mean
I'm a full-time streamer straight away.
That's not your genre. That is not your voice. That's not your unique selling point. That's nothing, right? That's just an idea you're putting in your head that will drive you insane if it's not working out for you straight away. I've mentioned this in my other videos before, that you shouldn't put the pressure of like calling yourself a full-time streamer on yourself straight away, and I still stick by that. But what I'm trying to say here, there's nothing wrong with having that in your head that that's what you'd like to do, but putting that in your bio straight away or putting that on your Twitter straight away is not a good idea. Over the past few months of making these videos, I have come across so many amazing people who've reached out to me and like asked me to look at their channel, or like, do I have any pointers or whatever? And I've gone and like checked out their streams, and the first thing I'll notice is they don't have a full page. Their page doesn't look complete. A good bio on Twitch is not, hey, I'm a chill streamer, follow me. That is not a bio. A bio is a little paragraph explaining who you are, what you are about, and why we should watch you. I think streamers have this idea that people don't look at their about section or their bio, but they do. That's like the first thing I do when I go into someone's Twitch stream is I scroll down. I want to see what kind of panels you have. I want to see what kind of information you've put there. I want to see what extensions you use. You know, all that stuff. I like to see that. Especially if I go on your channel when you're not live and you're hosting someone else, the only bit of information I have about you is what is in that section. So I'm going to look at that first. If people come across your Twitch link from, say, like an old tweet or a Discord post or wherever, and they click on it and you're not live, they're not going to say, I'm going to come back later and check that person out once they go live. I'm going to follow them anyway, just in case. No. They're going to go and find the only bit of information they have about you, which is your about section. Mess around with your panels, align everything, spend time on your bio. Don't make it 1,000 words long. Make it short and concise and, you know, funny or whatever. It's not a section that should be ignored. You know, it's a bit about you, and it could be really important. It's yours to do what you want with it. So be creative there, you know? You have to understand that this entire section, this entire about section is real estate, and it's real estate for you to be creative with and be original with. You know, don't just put something you think people want to see. Think what you could put there that people might be interested by. Is it like a whole new section that you can come up with yourself? You could title it something random. It could be my list of fears. Things I like and things I don't like, whatever. It could be anything. This is the thing. It's real estate for you to occupy with property that's cool and that people might like. Any chance you can give yourself to be original on Twitch is a better chance of you succeeding on Twitch. You may have started on Twitch playing a game that was, you know, really, really big at a certain time on Twitch, and then you did very well from in terms of views or follows or whatever. But that game mightn't be popular anymore, or there's bigger people streaming it. Just because it did well for you once does not mean that nothing else on Twitch will do well for you. If you're wondering why you are not growing and you've been playing the same thing and going live at the same time and making the same jokes and doing essentially the same stream every day for the last year, maybe it's time to change it up. I think it was renowned genius Albert Einstein who said, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting to get different results. You know, I understand that people have their game that they play, and that's the thing they're good at, and that works for a lot of streamers, don't get me wrong. But you'll also understand that those streamers are typically the bigger streamers who got in at that game at a very lucky time. Maybe that game had just started or it just blew up or whatever. Like, look how many people's careers got made over Fortnite, right? And sometimes what happens is people get stuck in that game and they can't leave it. Or they're afraid to leave it because they think that their viewers will leave. And that's happened to me. You know, I'm like, oh, I've been playing this game so long and it's kind of going well for me. What if people don't come with me? What if people don't follow me to another game, you know? And that's a big fear. But you also have to be aware of keeping things fresh and interesting. Think about it. If you watch the same show every day for a year, you would be so bored at the end of that year, you would never want to watch TV again. Yes, you might be watching different episodes of that show, but it is still technically the same show with the same type of jokes, the same type of humor, the same cast. You do not want to become that show. Keep yourself interesting. Change things up. One thing I always advise brand new streamers to do, or someone who's struggling to gain views to do, is to avoid playing team games really early on all the time. When somebody's in like a voice call with other friends or other streamers, that's always cool to watch. But what I feel like for someone who's brand new to Twitch, that's not the best thing you could be doing. What you're trying to showcase is not just your talent or whatever, it's your personality. And it's a lot harder for people to get a sense of who you are if you're constantly talking to other people, especially if those people aren't streamers themselves, because they won't understand that you have to like take a second to talk to chat, or they might talk about like private jokes or real life stuff that you don't really want your chat to hear, and it just gets a little bit awkward at times. But the reason I feel new streamers have these voice calls or have these team games is because it's like a crutch for them if their chat isn't quite active. Check out my video on how to have an active chat if your chat is a little bit quiet. And I understand that, right? And I get why people would want to do that, and they want to avoid kind of being lonely or playing by themselves. The more you attempt to fly solo, the more your attention you can give to your chat, and if someone does pop in, the more attention you can give to them and make them feel more welcome, and they can get to know you better. I feel like it's just super hard to showcase who you are when there's 3 other people in a voice call, half of which have terrible microphones and are screaming things, and it's just a massive ball of chaos, really, and it's not that fun to watch. Try create things that keep your viewers engaged. People have to realize that Twitch or streaming is such an amazing opportunity for you to be creative. Basically, you can do just about anything you want. If you have a microphone and a camera, the possibilities of what you can do with your stream are endless. You should always be thinking of little things you can do, however big or small, that might keep people entertained. Like, for example, I always add new alerts. You know, when I was playing Sea of Thieves, I recorded loads of pirate-themed sound bites and, you know, "Gyar, thanks for the sub," and all that kind of thing. When I play Dark Souls, I have myself screaming "You're dead" whenever I die, and I can trigger it with my Stream Deck. You don't need a Stream Deck to do that, by the way. You can do it manually if you want. When I first became an affiliate, I made a video thanking people for subs. It was me in a suit thanking you for subscribing to me. And every time someone subscribed, I would play that video. This video would just transition in over the game. It was me in a tux and I'm sitting there and I'm thanking you, and it was like 10 seconds long, and people really enjoyed that. And I had a load of different ones. When the stream was starting, I had a video of me in a suit doing the same thing that I would play at the start of each stream, and it was kind of like this, you know, sitting by the fire, "Oh, hello, the stream is about to begin." Like stupid little jokes, right? The thing is, I constantly am thinking of what I can do differently or what I can do better on my stream. What can I add? This is the beauty of Twitch. There is no limit to how many different things you can have on your stream at once. I mean, look, you don't want it to be like a firework display and there's 1,000 different sound bites and videos playing all at once. But the point I'm getting at is that like there is no limit to this. You can put whatever you want in there. If it doesn't exist, try make it. If you have an idea that maybe you think one of your friends could help, or someone you know, or someone in your chat, ask chat. One of my mods helps me with all this stuff. Shout out Apoasis, you legend. I'll call him and I'll be like, hey, I've got this idea for this like soundbite and I want like metal guitar behind it. And he'll be like, sick, he's a guitar player. He'll record the guitar, send it to me. And there we go. We've got this amazing fun alert that people love. Like that, you know, yeah, you can go and download like a meme sound effects bundle and have all these funny memes like, and nice. Again, putting more of yourself or more of your personality into these things makes it way funnier and way more entertaining. I'm giving a lot of audio related examples here, but they could be video, they could be visual, they could be art, they could be whatever you want. What I'm saying is keep things moving, keep adding things, keep changing things, try some stuff, remove other stuff, keep it fresh. It's always said that if you want to grow on Twitch, you have to do so outside of Twitch. And there's some truth to that, to an extent. And this is something I would actually love to talk about at length in maybe another video. But one thing is, a lot of people think that if they want to grow on Twitch, they have to have YouTube and TikTok and be everywhere and post on Twitter and post on Instagram. And that becomes so unmanageable so quickly. If you wake up in the morning and you've done a stream the night before, you might have 2 or 3 clips. You then have to then post to TikTok and post to Reels and post to YouTube and make highlights and maybe YouTube Shorts and all these things. If you're willing to do that, great. But I just feel like it is way more beneficial to have 1 or 2 social media that you do really well. For me, it's Twitter, and I don't even do it that well. I just like Twitter. The point I'm making is that if you are kind of putting a lot of pressure on yourself to be on TikTok and to be on Instagram and to be on Twitter and be posting on all these things all the time, like I saw an article the other day that said if you want to blow up on TikTok, you have to be posting like 3 times a day. That's a lot. That's a lot of time. You know what I mean? Like, how long does it take to make a TikTok? I don't know. Like, I mean, assuming you're not just doing this, you know, probably a little time, as well as trying to manage a stream or a YouTube channel. Like, who has time for this? For me, at the level I'm at now, and maybe that the level you guys are at as well, have one thing. If that thing is TikTok, put your time into TikTok. Put your time on posting on TikTok. If it's Twitter, tweet. Start conversations on Twitter. Don't just tweet that you're live. That's a way to just never grow. I don't see the harm in tweeting that you are live, as long as you make an effort to put up other content. Your Twitter should be like 90% other content and then 10% I'm live, if even 10%. Probably way less, but you know what I'm getting at. But if you're not growing on social media, maybe it's because you're, again, using the wrong type of content over there. If all you're doing on Twitter is posting your Twitch link and then wondering why you don't have 10,000 followers, it's because all you're doing is posting your Twitch link. Your Twitch link tells me nothing about you. Your Twitch link offers me no value. It doesn't make me smile. It doesn't make me think. It's not a conversation. It's just a link. Try different things on social media. Lastly, but not leastly, last but not least, don't copy other streamers. If you're not growing, ask yourself, are you being yourself? Are you reusing jokes you have seen other streamers use? Are you reusing content other streamers may have done? You know, I've been in small streamers chats and they're literally using like catchphrases from other content creators or like literal whole jokes. Don't be that person. Don't be a copycat. If somebody wanted to watch that other streamer that you might be imitating, they'll just go watch that other streamer. No one wants to watch you imitate someone else. In saying that, take inspiration from other streamers, but there's a huge difference between inspiration and imitation. You can strive to have the same kind of sense of humor as somebody, make it your own. You know, find your own voice with this stuff. Like, obviously people make similar types of content. Like this channel, there's a lot of other content creators who make videos about Twitch and how to grow and all those kind of things. But you gotta put your own spin on it, or at least do your best to, you know? Sometimes it's harder on stream. You might have spent a day watching your favorite streamer and the next day that's like that funny joke from the day before is still in your head and you make it by mistake. The core point I'm trying to make here is that if you see something on someone else's stream, be it a joke, be it their alert style, be it something cool they do with their camera, take that thing if you want to use it, but put your own spin on it. By the time you output that to the world, it should be completely unrecognizable as someone else. Strive to be the best version of you can be. Put out that version to the world and let people want to copy what you're doing. Hopefully this advice will help you get back on your trajectory and, you know, start gaining some viewers and some followers again. As always, if any of this stuff has worked for you, or if you think I missed anything, leave it in the comments below. I'd really love to hear what you have to say. Again, if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like on it and subscribe if you enjoyed it as well. And you can also catch me on Twitch. I'm live 4 days a week at twitch.tv/x2shoes. It's great time over there. I just started Bloodborne and I'm going to break something. But that's all for me today. Have an amazing week on your streams, everybody. Hope you have a great one. I'll see you next week. Catch you later.